Welcome to Talk About It Objects Home Edition.
Okay, Talk About It Objects Home Edition by Hamaguchi Apps for Speech and Language, joining the group of great apps they've already made. This one is basically going to talk about objects. So when you get to the home screen here, you've got some options. If we click on Info, it'll tell you a little bit about the app, what it's all about and what it covers. So narrative language, describing and explaining, semantic organization, understanding what's important, saliency, defining divergent language development, attributes and categories. It can also be used to practice articulation, fluency, voice and syntax, or morphological skills. Target age is between 6 and 11 or older, and it comes with 50 objects to talk about, and then it'll tell you a little bit more about the app there. What we're going to have a look at quickly are the settings for each part. So if we go into objects, you can have objects on random or custom. We're going to leave it on custom for the demonstration, and you can choose to highlight things just by touching them like that. So if we highlight cat, cow and dog, those will be our examples. Now you've got animals, clothing, food, household items, jewelry, musical instruments, places, vehicles and miscellaneous. So like I said, 50 things to choose from. You can put it on random at any time. Guest boxes you can have on or off. We're going to leave them on, and we're going to leave feedback on for incorrect. 3, 5 or 7 facts per object. We'll leave it on 3 for the demonstration. But if the more you progress, the higher you want to put that, because it'll work on the memory of remembering the facts that you talked about with the object. Go into recording. We're going to put this on and the clues on. I'll show you what that means. The reward game you can have after every object or every 3. I'll show you after 1 here, so you can see how that works. And then track progress, you can have those on or off with the display. So let's go home. Let's go ahead and put it under Benjamin. You can add a user simply by entering your name, but we've got it on Benjamin. So let's click play, and you come to this screen and you'll see we've got the guest box up here, we've got talk about it down here. And we will click play. You've got your score up here, and this will scroll to one of the 3 objects that we chose from the categories, and it's a cat.
Which sentence below tells us the most specific and important information about a cat?
So you want to look at the sentences, and all those, all the sentences may be true. You're going to want to pick the most specific information about the cat. So you can listen to them by clicking on the sound.
A cat is a little thing that you can find in a tree. A cat is an animal that lives inside or outside a home. A cat is the cutest animal. A cat is an animal that has eyes and ears.
So we'll pick the first one.
You can explain that a little better.
And it's not correct, so it encourages you to choose an answer that may be slightly better.
That's true, but it isn't the most important information.
Okay. And once you get the right answer, it goes down into the talk about it area here and moves on to the next question. And again, you can listen to it.
A cat is a reptile. It's a pet if you can find it on a farm. It is considered a pet if it lives in your home. A cat is the same as a dog, except it has claws.
And you'll choose your most appropriate answer this time. And we move on to the final question.
A cat has eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Cats have feathers, fur, whiskers, and claws. A cat has a tongue. Cats have fur, claws, and whiskers.
Okay, so now we move on to the talk about it area. So
now tell me everything you can about a cat.
What we have to do here is basically relay the information we've just learned about the cat from reading the sentences. So to get clues, we've got this turned on. You can turn these off at any time. You can turn the recording off at any time if you just want to have a conversation about it, but we've got this left on for the demonstration. So if you press one of these clues or hints...
Where can you find it?
Where can you find it? Well, we could find the cat in a house or outside.
What category is it?
It's a pet or an animal.
Tell me some important parts of it.
And it has fur, ears, and some claws or paws or a tail. Now you've got that information and you can talk all about that stuff, and then if we click show, it'll show you the 3 sentences we chose. So a cat is an animal that lives inside or outside a home. It's considered a pet if it lives in your home. Cats have fur, claws, and whiskers. Now the idea is to record all you know about a cat and then see how well you did in remembering the facts that we've learned. So let's give it a shot. Press start. A cat can live inside or outside a home. It's considered a pet if it lives inside, and it's got a big tail. And press stop. And then this will open. You can listen to your answer. A cat can live inside or outside a home. It's considered a pet if it lives inside, and it's got a big tail. So you can see by that response we got 2 out of the 3 correct, and you simply highlight the ones that you got correct, and maybe you could have a conversation about the one you missed out on there. And you'll see your score up here, 66%. You can end the session at any time, or we can move on to the next. Now, because we set the reward after each one,
points, and you win a panda.
I just wanted to show you one of the rewards that we've got set on here, which is simply holding this. And you're trying to get to 25 points so we can win a panda.
Hey, how did you do that? Nice.
Just a little break.
Touch here.
You can play again, trying to get all the way to 25.
Hey, how did you do that? Nice.
And we're almost there.
Nice.
And I think we did it.
Hey,
So you can see
won.
it's a nice little break and a nice reward. And then you'll move on to the next question. If you press this, it'll go on to the next category, the next object that we chose, which was a dog. And then you
Which
continue to
sentence
go
below
through.
tells us the most specific and important information about a dog.
You would continue to go through all of those questions again. Now, if you end the session, save the data. You can go on and you can see how well you did. You can save it as a PDF. You can email results, delete the data, print the data, or we'll press done. If we press done, we go back to the main screen, and then you can go in and you can reset things as you want it. If you go on to 7 here and you turn the guest box off, for example, and we click play, what you'll see is when we click the object,
Now, tell me everything you can about a cat.
we've got 7 different questions about a cat, this being the first, and then we have to try to remember everything, or try to tell everything we know about a cat by
What kinds are there?
either following the hints,
Tell me an interesting fact about it. Where can you find it?
or by what you know about a cat. So you could say cats are found inside and outside the house. They have fur, claws, and tails, and paws, and they like to drink milk, and they're considered a pet if they live at home, and so on. You press stop. It opens up all of the facts. Notice this time we didn't have the sentences to work with, so we had to have the conversation about the cat or learn from the hints, and then you would simply choose, which ones you would get right out of that, and you get your score up here, and you can move on to the reward, or you can end your session, save the data, and then get your results. You can change players at any time. You can have a guest, and you can add a user. So take a look. It's a very unique app. Talk about it. Objects, and I do believe they're hopefully going to come out with a series of different ones. But all that information can be found on the information screen. How to play and everything we've just talked about it down here. They're going to create similar apps, pictures, people, scenes, and stories. So check it out. Talk about it. Objects by Hamaguchi Apps for Speech and Language.